Did you know Arizona has over 90 towns nobody ever talks about? And at least 10 of them, the locals would rather you never found out existed. Well, today, I'm spilling the beans. Forget the polished, Instagram-perfect desert escapes you see in airport magazines. We're talking about towns with no Starbucks, no signal, and somehow the best pie I've ever had in my life. They're weirdly beautiful, a little haunted, and one has a population of 43. Including the cows, one town bans chain stores completely, another has gold still buried underneath it, and one actually runs a UFO hotline that gets real calls. Think you've seen Arizona? You haven't. What's coming up at number 2 might just be illegal. Choosing the wrong hidden gem could cost you gas money or your grip on reality. Hit that like button if you've ever wanted to just vanish, and subscribe if you think Google Maps is lying to you. Let's break it down. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Bisbee, Arizona. You ever see a town that looks like it was photoshopped by a time traveler? That's Bisbee. Once a massive mining empire for copper and silver, it should have turned into a ghost town when the mines closed, but it didn't. Instead, it reinvented itself into this wild mix of a living museum, a fever dream, and an Etsy shop that somehow became self-aware. With a population just under 5,000, it feels like half of them are artists, ghosts, or maybe both. The homes cling to the mountainside like they're afraid to fall, and everything is connected by winding staircases instead of streets. Forget your gym membership, you'll earn quads of steel just going out to buy milk. Victorian homes, quirky art galleries, haunted bars, Bisbee is like a living storybook. The internet is spotty, crime is super low, the sunsets are cinematic, and convenience is completely replaced by character. Seriously, try ordering delivery here. The driver's GPS will just give up halfway and text you, "Good luck." Bisbee is where people go when reality starts feeling a little too normal. Next up, at number 9, is Tortilla Flat, Arizona. Population 6. No, that is not a typo. This isn't just a town, it's a dare. It's basically a saloon, a general store, and walls covered in so many dollar bills they look like wallpaper. Originally a stagecoach stop for miners, it is now a weekend pilgrimage for bikers and day trippers who just want to say they've been somewhere this tiny. There's no housing market. The nearest grocery store is 25 miles away, and there's zero crime unless you count tourists feeding chips to the wild donkeys. Wi-Fi, it depends on which cactus you're standing next to. But Tortilla Flat thrives on its own illusion. It's the Wild West in high definition, like a movie set that never wrapped filming. By day, it's alive with laughter and music. By night, it's so quiet you can hear coyotes arguing with the wind. Living here means trading Wi-Fi for wonder and traffic for stars so bright they look fake. Coming in at number 8, we have Greer, Arizona. Welcome to the pause button that Arizona forgot to unpress. Its year-round population is about 80, and it sits at an elevation of 8,300 feet. That's higher than the rent in Phoenix, snow, elk, trout streams, and absolute silence that's Greer. The median home price is around $330,000, though good luck finding one for sale. There's no nightlife, no noise pollution, just the occasional bear casually crossing Main Street at 8:07 p.m. You'll spend more on groceries, but your stress level will drop to zero. The local coffee shop also doubles as City Hall, and the barista might just be the mayor. In July, while Phoenix is melting, Greer's high is a perfect 75 degrees. People are in flannel, drinking cocoa. Amazon doesn't deliver here, moose do. At number 7, we've got Willcox, Arizona. If Arizona had a plot twist, this would be it. What was once a dusty old railroad town has transformed into wine country. Willcox is where cowboys became winemakers. The median home price is about $170,000, and rent is under $900 a month. There are 20 vineyards in the middle of the desert, all thanks to volcanic soil and a healthy dose of irony. You'll find cowboys in boots talking about the nuances of Chardonnay like they're auditioning for a job in Napa, The town is half 1880, half modern hipster vineyard, a place where a cowboy on horseback rides past a Tesla, and both of them look equally confused. It's peaceful, affordable, and the sunsets look like they're painted. The only thing missing, a Starbucks stand, trust me, most locals prefer it that way. Slipping into our number 6 spot is Arivaca, Arizona. This isn't the middle of nowhere. This is what nowhere calls when it needs backup. Located about 60 miles south of Tucson, Arivaca sits closer to Mexico than it does to the nearest gas station. The population is around 700, and cell service is more of a philosophical concept than a reality. It's home to ranchers, artists, and off-gridders, all chasing the same dream: radical simplicity. The power might flicker, the roads might flood, but the stars, absolutely unreal. The local store doubles as an art gallery, and if you can weld, paint, or fix a truck, you're basically a celebrity here. And believe it or not, people are actually moving in: retirees, remote workers, and dreamers who got tired of HOA meetings. The trade-off: you'll drive an hour for milk, but your backyard looks like a national park. At number 5, we arrive in Payson, Arizona. If Arizona had a green heart, this would be it. You won't find cacti or stucco sprawl here, just pine trees, fog, and dozens of fishing holes. Locals call it Rim Country, a place where you can drive 10 minutes in any direction and end up in a postcard. The population is about 16,000, crime is 20% below the national average, and the average rent is around $1,300. You'll definitely lose the nightlife, but you'll gain air so clean it feels illegal. There's snow in the winter, cool breezes in the summer, and mountains that turn a brilliant gold at dusk. The only real danger: running out of dating options faster than you run out of gas in a snowstorm. Payson is what happens when someone decides to add plumbing and Wi-Fi to the wilderness. Breaking into our top 4 is Gisela, Arizona. Blink and you'll miss it literally. Gisela's population hovers around 500, and that's if you count the dogs. Tonto Creek runs right through it, and the air smells like a perfect mix of pine, dust, and nostalgia. Homes here average around $250,000, with rent about $1,000 a month, if you can even find a place. There are no traffic lights, no chain stores, just a community so tightly knit that the cows probably have opinions on local politics. Gisela's beauty lies in its anonymity. It's small, genuine, and totally unbranded. Life moves at a slower pace, and cell service comes and goes like a moody ex. Out here, the only rush hour is when someone's cattle get loose and decide to cross the road. At number 3, we have Cave Creek, Arizona. Cave Creek is a personality test. It's part cowboy, part artist, and part pure chaos. Just 30 miles north of Phoenix, it's where desert chic meets raw biker energy. The population is around 6,000. Home prices are nearing $1 million, and there are 0 chain restaurants by choice. This is a place where people ride their horses to breakfast and sell turquoise jewelry between live country music shows. You'll see Holly riders hanging out next to crystal healers and realtors debating astrology over a plate of barbecue. Cave Creek banned cookie cutter suburbs, and it really shows. Every single building feels like it was handmade. But be warned, the desert enforces its own rules. Rattlesnakes, dust storms, and trucks the size of small yachts are your new neighbors. Freedom here comes with a good tan and a little bit of dirt in your coffee. Our runner-up at number 2 is Jerome, Arizona. Jerome is a town that looks like it shouldn't exist, or precarious, cliffside ghost town that simply refused to die. Once home to 15,000 miners, it's now home to just 450 people and an uncountable number of ghosts. The homes cling to the hillsides so steeply that gravity feels like a daily threat, and every single bar claims to be haunted. Yet Jerome thrives on its own history of collapse. It's a living museum of mining ruins, biker bars, and art galleries that charge more than your rent. It's beautiful, eerie, and the whole town is literally shifting downhill. Locals often drive golf carts, because real cars just give up halfway up the steep streets. At night, the whole town glows orange against the mountains, as if it's trying to convince heaven to let it back in. And finally, at number 1, we have Arivaca Junction, Arizona. If the phrase off the map had a physical address, this would be it. About an hour south of Tucson, near the Mexican border, lies Arivaca Junction, a crossroads between reality and silence. Here, people trade convenience for absolute, unfiltered freedom. There's no HOA, no noise, and no traffic, just dust, stars, and the occasional lost tourist looking confused. Homes average around $210,000. Rent is under $900, and a sense of peace comes standard. When it rains, the dirt roads can turn into rivers, and the only Uber you'll find has 4 legs and a tail. Life here is simple, stubborn, and absolutely stunning. It's not for everyone, but for the few who decide to stay, it's heaven on earth. So could you live off-grid, miles from the nearest Starbucks, where your biggest daily problem is just remembering to wave at the same 3 trucks every morning? Drop a yes in the comments if that sounds like freedom to you, or a hell no if that sounds more like witness protection. Either way, you've just met Arizona's 10 most hidden towns, and trust me, they're stranger, wilder, and more alive than anyone ever told you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more hidden gems.